See, now that light is shining in the background like it's over my head. Let's just do this. Is that better? Okay. Let's talk. Can you guys hear me? Hear me okay? Hey, from Colorado. Hey, Colorado. What's up? Let's see if I go like that. It's like I've got a halo on my... See that? That's not... What is that? What's going on there? Outstanding. Hey. Hey, Letitia. Hey, Cecilia. Hey, Greg. Okay, guys. I'm going to just kind of jump right in. I've got... it's summertime at my house. I am full-time mama. And at any point in time, I could be interrupted by a child. But that's just how we roll here at Conservative Mama Studios. So I want to talk. First of all, I want to start off just saying that my heart has been with the Floyd family. I have cried over this thing. I have had moments of, dear God, what is happening to our country? What happened to George Floyd should have never, ever happened. I don't know one person out there, not one, that has tried to justify anything that happened with George Floyd. Not one person do I know that was like, yeah, everyone has condemned this. Everyone is outraged by the police officer that murdered George Floyd, and also outraged by the police officers that stood there and did absolutely nothing. It's criminal. It's disgusting. It's a sign that we do need some kind of reform in the police structure. We need God was what I keep coming back to through all of this. But I also do know some policemen. I know some great policemen, and so I don't believe that because there's bad policemen that all policemen are bad. And so I want to be clear too, because I know this is hard right now on a lot of police officers out there that are just trying to do their job, and now everyone's viewing them as just a horrible monster when that's not who they are. What happened to George Floyd? It tore me up inside, and it's something that you don't want to see, but you almost need to see it to know what a lot of people are dealing with, to know what a lot of people are feeling. And I wholeheartedly support the right to protest. I love the protest. I believe that so much can happen from a peaceful protest. I mean, look, Martin Luther King transformed America because of his peaceful protest, because of his nonviolent actions that he took, changed America forever. And I believe it can be done. I believe that change can come, but we have to do it in a peaceful way. Witnessing what has happened in America over the last 24, 48, 72 hours has been horrific. It's been a horrible thing to witness. It's been a horrible thing to see. And I do not support the looting. I do not support the riots. I do not support the fires. I do not support small businesses being destroyed. It's total chaos out there. And this does not honor George Floyd in any ways. In fact, it completely distracts from him. The focus needs to be on George Floyd, and the cities across our country are being torn apart, and it's distracting. It's distracting from real change happening, from real conversations taking place. And it's once again being politicized. Once again, it's being politicized. We see most of these riots, most of these violent destruction, fires, looting are taking place in Democrat cities run by Democrat states in Democrat states with Democrat governors, in Democrat cities with Democrat mayors doing absolutely nothing to stop this. Okay, we saw it with the virus. Here they are again. What happened to the lockdowns? I'm just curious. What happened to the 6 feet of social distancing? What happened to coronavirus? Mayors, governors, what happened? It just suddenly disappeared over the last 3 or 4 days, and you should be asking that. In these Democrat ran cities, domestic terrorism is now okay. Looting is okay. Riots and destruction totally okay. But going to church, not okay. Going to the playground, not okay. Going to the beach, not okay. Getting your hair cut, not okay. Planting seeds, not okay. Peaceful protest, not okay. Social distance of 5 feet, not 6 feet, 5 feet. If it's 5 feet, it's not okay. But looting, rioting, destroying, just terrorizing local communities, okay. This is a perfect example of when the left controls something. Look at it. If you're in a leftist-ran city, look at your city. Look at it. Go talk to the business owners in your cities. Go ask them how they're doing. Business owners right now are being destroyed. If they survived the virus, they're now being pillaged and looted. And small business is the backbone of our country. And there's a certain group of people that don't want the backbone to survive in order to usher in socialism. Antifa has been declared a terrorist organization, as they should be. Should have happened a long time ago, in my opinion. They've been terrorizing and showing up and sowing division in our country for years. They're funded by George Soros. It's not conspiracy theory. This is factual information. They are bad. They're showing up in these communities that they don't even live there. Also, brick piles. Have you guys noticed these brick piles? I'm watching video after video of brick piles showing up in where the looting is taking place. Who's dropping off these brick piles? We need an investigation into that. We've got, and then the left is saying, well, it's white supremacists. White supremacists are doing this. They're not doing this. They're not doing this. Bill de Blasio's daughter, is she a white supremacist? Because she was just arrested in New York City for being part of this whole fueling and Antifa movement. We've got Justin Timberlake out there. Saw it on Twitter. He's him, along with a lot of Hollywood celebrities, are supporting bailing out. There's a fund to bail out these people that are in these protests, rioting, and looting. I want to be very clear, okay? The people that are protesting, peacefully protesting, are not being arrested, okay? They're not arresting peaceful protesters. They're not arresting people that are speaking up for George Floyd, as they should. The people being arrested are the people that are destroying property, that are setting fires, that are looting. Those are the people being arrested. And these are the people that are being bailed out by Hollywood celebrities and by Joe Biden's staffers. Over 13 of his staff have contributed to this fund. So here we are. We have the former vice president of the United States, presidential nominee for the Democrat Party, funding this, funding the looting that you see out there, funding the crime and destruction that you see out there. These guys don't want peace. They want division. They want division. The only one that's speaking up and saying we need law and order is the President of the United States right now. And people are saying he's absent. He's not been absent if you've been paying attention. He's been tweeting, and he's also gave an incredible speech on Saturday, which was a day and a half ago, speaking out on behalf of George Floyd, speaking out against these looters, speaking out against the crime that's taking place. It was one of the best speeches I've ever seen the president give, and that was on Saturday afternoon. But the news isn't covering that, is it? It was right after the space launch. He gave an incredible speech. I encourage every single American to go back and take a look at it. He's not been absent. He's been calling for law and order. He's been calling for peaceful protests. He's been calling for America to come together in this time. while simultaneously Joe Biden's staffers are contributing and paying to bail out people that are looting and rioting and starting fires and destroying property in America. Look at the vast difference. Look at the complete and total difference of these two guys. One calling for law and order, the other calling for division, rioting, plunder, destruction. Joe Biden is not change. Let us be very clear. Joe Biden has been in office for over 40 years. He is not change. Let's just give some facts here. Under Obama and Vice President Biden, we had the shooting of Mike Brown, the death of Trayvon Martin, the death of Freddie Gray, the death of Eric Gardner, the death of Tamir Rice, the death of Sandra Bland. And they didn't do a dang thing. Not a thing. We got Obama writing some op-ed for Medium right now saying how we can come together and do a change here. He didn't do a thing when these guys died and woman died. Not a thing. They're doing this to divide us. They're doing this to cause division. They're doing this right now as we usher into 2020 election. They are doing this to divide. Do not be fooled. Do not be played. This is all part of their agenda. I was on the phone with my dad this morning. He goes, he wouldn't be surprised if something even more tragic happened. He wouldn't put it past him. It's terrible. It's terrible to think how far the left will go to get Donald Trump out of office. How far the left will go to usher in socialism, to usher in globalism, because that's what it comes down to. The reason why they hate Trump is because he stands up for America First policies, because he believes in America first, because he is against socialism, because he is against globalism. That's what this all comes down to. And it's a spiritual battle. It is a spiritual battle because we know that at some point socialism, globalism does eventually take over. And I believe we can delay it. I believe what's prophesied does come to pass if you read the Bible at all. But I do believe we can delay. I do believe we can take actions. I do believe in prayer. I do believe in electing the right politicians to push this back, to delay. And that's what we're up against right now. That's why it's we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers of darkness and wickedness in high places. This is so deep, okay? And you can sense it. You can sense it. You can feel the darkness. You can feel the division. You can feel the anger. You can feel the rage. And a lot of people, they don't even know why they hate Trump. They're just full of it because it's spiritual. And they listen to the mainstream media, which has manipulated and manipulated and manipulated. I mean, they are a tool of manipulation. And what we're seeing right now is we're seeing all of this boil. It's like a boiling pot. It is just about to and it's going to heat up. It's going to get more intense as we head into 2020. Don't be surprised if they throw more stuff out there. Don't be surprised if it gets more and more hot. But I'm telling you, if you're a praying person, pray. There is such power in prayer. I'm telling you, we just celebrated Pentecost Sunday yesterday. There is power in prayer. Pray for these communities that have been absolutely destroyed. Pray for George Floyd's family. Pray for our president. Pray that the eyes of people that are blind right now will see. Pray that they get past Trump. So many people, even women I know, these housewives, the suburban women out there that are just like, oh, Trump, I hate him, because they can't see it. They're spiritually blind. And when you're spiritually blind, you can't see it. And the only way to make these people see it is to pray for them, to spend time praying for them. That's what I've been doing lately. I've been praying and praying. I've been praying for people that don't like me. I've been praying for people that have sent me mean messages. I've been praying for them. I've been praying for their families. I've been praying that the scales fall off of their eyes and they begin to see with clarity. that they're no longer deceived. There's a spirit of deception out there right now that's just it's twisting and deceiving. And so we have to come together. We have to come together and see what we're dealing with here. This is so much deeper. It's so much deeper than Democrats and conservatives and all that. There's a whole underbelly. There's a whole spiritual warfare going on underneath it. And there's also a fight for this country. There's a fight for individual liberty and freedom. We are the #1 exporter of missionaries to people that have no idea who Jesus is. And the left does not like freedom of religion. They have loved having the churches shut down. And if your church is shut down still, you're probably in a Democrat-run governor state. You probably have a Democrat governor. They love this stuff. They are no fans of God. They're no fans of religion. They're no fans of free speech. They're no fans of individual liberty. And we have to fight to protect this stuff. And we have to speak up and we have to speak out. We cannot be divided. So I just want you guys to be aware of all this. I'm not going to take up a lot of time. I could hear my children outside of the room. So they obviously need mom for something. So I'm going to end this pretty soon. But be aware. Be aware. Be aware of what Hollywood is up to. Man, if Hollywood is supporting something, I check myself pretty quick if I found myself supporting what Hollywood supports. I just have a real big pause there. Why would I ever align with the city of sin? Why? Well, Sin City is Las Vegas, but I lived in Hollywood. I actually lived in Hollywood. I was a screen actor, and it is a dark city with a lot of dark activity, with a lot of ugly. And I never align with anything they do. So if you're aligning with Hollywood, I would check yourself. If you find yourself agreeing with the celebrities, I would just have a pause. All right, you guys. I'm going to end this. Go check on the kiddos. Talk soon. Bye, guys.